show you some um, Fibonacci retracements using um, another block and OB2 as part of the confluence of the strategy. So guys, I actually want to show you some other confluences that you can actually add up to strategy to help you to have a very good and to be able to know which of the Fibo level be would be okay for you to be taking your trades, right? So like I said earlier in my previous video, that there are various confluences, there are various things that you need to put into place when you are taking this strategy, when you are making when you are trading the strategy which I dropped on my first video. So like I said something about trend, I said something about so many things about it, but at this point I want to use this as an example. This is actually a live chart of US oil. I trade US oil as well. So from this chart, looking at my chart here, I can see that the 4 hour time frame is actually showing up. This thing is actually on a range, right? If you view the daily from the daily time frame, you can actually see, sorry about my charts, sorry about all those things, because those are the trades I've been picking, and those are the things that I still keep them on my charts as a reference, right? So you can see that on the 4 hour time frame we're having a bearish trend, a bearish this thing range, which we can actually call it a flag, a bearish flag. That means that we are expecting price to consolidate and fall out of this range and down to the green zones that you see down here. All right guys, so but before then, inside this range, you can actually see that price has rallied to, price has actually moved from the, has tested the resistance of this range to making attempts to break out, but at this point price rallied up again and reverse at this point downward to where price is currently now. So I actually want to zoom into the current position to explain, to show to you those confluences that you can actually add up to the Fibonacci, and using other confluences as well. All right guys, so what you can see in my chart here, you can actually see a 200 exponential moving average, then you can see a trend line, then you can see some boxes as well. All right, so what I want to point out is that I want to show you the additions of those confluences, that I mean that you can, those things that you can actually add to the strategy to make it a valid point, right guys? So now looking at this, I firstly want to show you that at the moment you can actually see that price is obeying, using the Fibonacci tool. You can actually see that price is actually obeying the Fibonacci levels, right? So let's see if one of those boxes I drew, if probably price will obey, or price is at the levels that we are expecting to be taking our trades, right? So looking at this, okay, we can actually see that price is on the Fibo 61 level. Then on the 50 level we can see that particular box I drew, and on the between 61 to 78 you can actually see a Fibo level 2. That means that we are actually looking for you're actually looking to see what price will do between these two boxes, right? So between these two boxes, now what are those things that I want to add up to this is that, for example, for we to know that this place here, sorry, these two boxes will be valid just like the previous one, we will see, we can actually see two things here. The first one is what we can see, this trend line, that it was actually a break and retest of a trend line. I want to take this one off and draw a new trend line so you understand what I'm trying to point out. All right, so looking at this, you can see that price was actually breaking out from a trend line, right? So sorry guys, I want to use these two. All right, okay, so joining these two trend lines, you can see that price actually broke out from that trend line, and currently, let me use this as blue like I used before. All right, so price actually broke out of this trend line and is about to go retest the trend line. And looking at my 200 exponential moving average, which is a blue moving average you see that runs there, you can see two things there as well. You can see that price has actually rejected the 200 exponential moving average, which gives it which shows that this thing the which shows that this setup will be a powerful one, which gives us the assurance. But what we need to do is for we to wait to see those stuff play out. So we're actually using trend line as the first, then using moving average as the second, then using trend as the third, right? Now there was actually a break of structure at that point, so giving us the assurance that something can happen. And looking at this again, we can actually see that that there was a break out of this trend line. So after a breakout of trend line, of course what we are expecting is to see a retest of a trend line, right? So that's why we're actually seeing that that powerful breakout that came from this this zone, right? So now what actually gives me the assurance that this setup will work very well is that looking at this rectangle here, it's actually a 50 Fibonacci level, right? Retracement level, right? I'm talking about this rectangle here, right? And this other one here, the 60, that one that sits between the 60 um and 78 Fibonacci retracement level also is very close to the trend line. Why? Right? So and the first one here is also close to the trend line as well. That means that we're actually seeing two possible places that the retracement can occur, right? So which is a pullback, right? So that means that if any sell entry that will pick from here is going to be between and within this these two these two region, right? So let me show you something for us to know that I initially, I told you that we actually use this thing, a exponential moving average and a trend line to see and to know what we're actually talking about, to make sure that to get ourselves assured that this opportunity setup will be valid, right? So before I continue from here, guys, I want you to go down below to this video and you see a subscription button. You click and like this video so that you'll be getting more updates from us, right, guys? So before I continue, so looking at that, can actually see those two those confluences for we to know that definitely this setup will be a powerful one. We cannot sell at this point. You can see that price at this point has actually rejected the trend line, right? I want to remove this. So zooming in, you can see that price has rejected the trend line, right? But you cannot sell it, right? Because if you remember on my previous video, I said by the time price gets to the point of interest region, all what you need to do is for you to wait for, this is actually the point of interest. That means that we are looking forward to see what price will react at this point, and this is a breakout and a retest of a trend line, right? So giving us a powerful confluence, right? A powerful assurance that this setup will likely be in place, but we cannot go short at this point. All what we need to do is for we to wait and see good confirmation. I talked about exhaustion candle, right? If you could remember on my previous video. Now looking at this could stand or act as an exhaustion candle, right? That long bullish marble that looks like a marble. So what makes it exhausted is actually the wick above it, right? The wick above it. So now I talked about exhaustion candle. I also talk about indecision candles, but there are times that you will not see an indecision candle. So that means that between this point here, we should be expecting um, an indecision, or the last one that will come. At times it's not indecisions that you see. You may actually see a signal candle, which is always an inverted hammer, right? So those are the points and those are the things that we can actually use to know that this setup will be a powerful one. So looking at this, so we can then say that we can only go short when we see a bearish inverted hammer on this zone. Take note of that. Now looking at this, price has actually retested. Looking at it very well, you can see that price has rejected or has retested the trend line breakout, right? and it has also rejected the 200 200 exponential moving average. That gives us the assurance that this setup will likely be a good and powerful one, right? Combining those confluences, so you'll be able to see what we're actually talking about, right, guys? So from this point, whenever you see we see a bearish inverted hammer with a bearish body, right? So all what we need to do is to go short, go short, go short at this point. Okay, so you don't need to waste time to be asking yourself that what should I do at this moment. You can actually call it a swing trading, right? You can actually swing it and keep it for days. For those of us that sorry about that, for those of us that are very good with at swinging trades, right? So at this point we can call it a swing trading. So you enter, you go short at this point and drop, put your ASL above that level. That will give us a very powerful return, right? So all what we need to do is to get to exercise patience and to see, just to see what price will do at that point. Then we go short when we see a bearish inverted hammer. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, I really want you to react on this. Make a comment on where you don't understand. Let me know and let us know how you feel and what you feel about this video and what you feel that should let me know your own bias, and let us know what you feel that those areas in the markets that you feel that you don't really get it well. Actually I told you the other time I swing trader and also day trade, right? So this is a powerful strategy that I feel that it will actually help your life. I've actually been giving my students signals and it worked perfectly, guys. So that is what I say about that. So mind you, don't forget to subscribe on our channel so you'll be getting more updates to get acquainted with price actions, because we actually use this thing for those of us that are working with us in the community. We show them many of these things and more of these. Like I told you the other time, if you really want to know about the strategy or about using such this thing setup to be trading, doing your day trading, actually subscribe to our community to get more information, guys. So thanks for watching this video. Click on the subscribe button to be getting more updates as I release it on weekly basis. Thank you.